Hi there. So I'm at the eWomen Network Conference. I've been here since Wednesday with my friend Jojo Bennington. And we watched the coolest thing today, and I wanted to talk about it. But first, I have to mention that I'm using for the very first time my selfie light. I guess that's what it's called. So I've never done this before, and people tell me all the time to try it. So I got this from my friend Molly Mahoney, who is from The Prepared Performer. So if you want to look at her, she's all about how to do really great video really simply. So if you're interested, she had this cool selfie light. It cost me $20 here at the event. I don't know what it would cost from her website. Probably not too different from that. Anyways, that's my little ad. She was really fun, and I enjoyed meeting her, so wanted to give her a shout out. So today we saw for the first, I've never seen before in real life a hypnotist in action. So I've always been fascinated with the idea of hypnotism. I wasn't sure if I believed it, and then the more I've been studying the power of the mind, and especially lately in my graduate study of marriage and family therapy, I just have been studying solution-focused therapy and studied Milton Erickson. And he was a hypnotist who did hypnotism and used it as a science, used it to help treat people and their psychological disorders and their fears and their anxiousness, and he helped people with a lot of pain. He had polio when he was young and had a lot of pain his whole life, and he had learned to really tame his mind through the power of the mind, of the subconscious, and tapping into that. And then he developed it as a therapy. And so it's been fascinating to read about, and then to watch this today, it was just really cool. And he was really funny about it, but he brought up several women on stage, and it was just really amazing. And I'm convinced, I've been convinced, the more I study and the more that I've grown and I've learned things about myself, the more I'm convinced of the power of the subconscious mind, and that's how it all works. So here's what I wanted to bring up today from what he did. And then I'll compare it to my own journey and how that solidified some of the things that I've done, and also the things that I've done and the things that I've experienced kind of validated what he did today. But he mentioned the power of 3 different words that I've used so much, and that I've really focused on not using over the last couple of years. I don't say that I don't use them ever, but I'm very careful and catch myself as much as I can in using the 3 words: can't, try, and but. So he mentioned that those actually disempower our mind. So if we have a goal, if we have something that we want to do and we say we're going to try to do it, what that tells our mind is that we're actually lying. We're stating, I'm going to try and reach my goals. I'm going to try and lose 10 pounds. When we say that, we're lying because we aren't committing to it. We're actually lying, and so we're giving the mind a signal that we really don't want it. And so that goes back to the power of Yoda from Star Wars when he says, do or do not, there is no try. It's the truth. We can't try. If you were to drop a pencil on the floor and try to pick it up, just go ahead, try to pick it up. See, you can't try. You either pick it up or you don't. So it's the same with anything in life. So that word try is really a disempowering word, or as I called it, anti-power. The next word was can't, and it's just really telling yourself, you're giving yourself a lack of permission. You're treating yourself like a prisoner, maybe, like you can't do that, and it's a very disempowering word. And the other one is but. And but is probably the one that I have worked the most to catch myself in saying, because it's an excuse, that's all it is, and it negates anything else we say. So if I say, I love you, but I don't like when you do that, then it's really negating the I love you, and it's focusing on the I don't like when you do that. If I were to say, I would love to be able to earn $1 million, but I'd never be able to, or I don't think I can, or women aren't supposed to earn money, or whatever it is, then I've negated my desire of earning $1 million, and I've created an excuse that is going to win. So all of those 3 words are very disempowering. They are the anti-power of our language. And those 3 words I focused on, probably the most focus on the word but. And as I have done that, I usually, if I catch myself saying the word but, there are times when I intentionally mean to negate what I say, and so I'll leave it then. Otherwise, I will switch it to and, or however, or something else, or just completely say it a different way, because I notice what it does for me. It creates an excuse. It gives myself a way out. So anyway, that is what I learned today, or I've learned it over and over and over again. It was just solidified for me in a completely different way. So I'll tell you what the hypnotist did that kind of figured it out. So the very first exercise he did was he had somebody close her eyes. She closed her eyes, she rolled them up in the back of her head, and then he said, pretend like you just put crazy glue in your eyes, and no matter what you do, you can't open your eyes. And then he'd say, I want you to try to open your eyes, but no matter how hard you try, you can't open them. And the more you try, the more you can't. And he used those words several times, and then she could not open her eyes. And anybody could fake that, but then he had us try it in the audience. And I'm not kidding you. I could not open my eyes until he started to say, now if you want to go further, I want you to lean over on your neighbor and fall asleep. And I told myself, no, I don't want to. And then as soon as I did that, it deprogrammed me from the hypnotism, and I woke up and my eyes just opened. So it was pretty amazing how it worked. It was really weird that I couldn't open my eyes, and so it just was another confirmation. So be careful the way you speak to yourself. Your words are power, and that is basically the message I wanted to share. Watch how you talk to yourself and about yourself and other people. If you're working on reaching goals, we talk more nicely a lot of the time about other people than we do about ourselves. So pay attention to how you talk to yourself, pay attention to how you talk about yourself. And if you're using those 3 words, but, can't, and try, delete them, switch them for another word, and watch what happens. There you go. That's me on Simply Me Saturday, and I'm headed back into the conference. It's like 3 hours left and it's over, so see you later. Bye.